As you guys know, my page is predominantly about the empowerment of Desi women and women from other ethnic backgrounds too. And it's something I'm incredibly passionate about because I'm aware of our capabilities and potential. I may highlight certain issues in the community that affect women, but as you look through my page, you will realize that my page is predominantly about authenticity and accountability. There might be a lot of spiritual elements to it, and I refer to culture and deen, etc. But I hold women accountable every single day, first and foremost myself. That we need to be better decision makers. We need to have the ability to discern who is good for us and who isn't. We need to be able to have the strength to implement and ask for the rights that we have been given by our Lord and by this world and nature. Like, we shouldn't have to fight to live in an equitable space with men. We don't believe in equality in the same way as Western ideals because men and women have different responsibilities, which is why there's so much conflict when it comes to using the word feminism, because feminism is predominantly about fighting for equality, but also I cover the nuances in that. But it's very important for us to understand that as women, we focus around fighting for our rights, but actually what we need to do is we need to be educating ourselves. We need education. Education builds self-esteem. Your implementation of that education will slowly build your confidence. And the education we need is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has guaranteed us our rizq regardless, in or outside of an oppressive environment. We have been guaranteed that our death date has been written. We have been told that we've got the autonomy to live with self-respect. We have been told that anything that harms our soul, is mentally tormenting us, is a situation we should remove ourselves from. So I tell women all the time that yes, there's a lot of trauma in our community, and I predominantly focus on coaching, but there's a lot of therapy that's needed, because we need to be able to implement the rights that we've been given by Allah, and we won't be able to do it without education and without self-esteem. Those two things need to be in combination. So yes, I do tell women all the time that please ensure that you are understanding the power of your no and the power of your yes. Something not feeling right in our souls is very hard for Desi women to follow, because the collective shame culture has you tied up in knots, and it's better for you to believe what they believe so you can be accepted by the wider community and live a peaceful life, because life outside of our four walls is hard enough. The last thing you need is your family all pinning against you as well, and it makes you feel alone. So this is why a lot of women don't take action, out of the fear of being alone, out of the fear of consequences. So without taking action and taking accountability that we are repeating certain cycles, that we, especially in this generation, have more power to change than the previous generations ever had, we are never going to improve our situations. I don't promote a victim mindset, and I don't promote that a certain scenario is 100% someone else's fault. Because accountability is not really about placing blame. It's more about understanding that where did my actions lead for all of us to end up where we are now. And it's okay for some of those answers to be the reason why you're in your scenario today. Because if anything, that will wake you up and make you realize how much weight your approval or disapproval has in this world. It holds a big weight. You're important, you are valuable. And if you don't know that, and you don't have a good education and a certain level of self-esteem, you are constantly trapped and repeating these cycles. And a lot of the women repeating these cycles are doing it from a subconscious level. So let's wake up as a community of ladies, bind together. And to be honest, we don't even need to bind together, because you just need to understand the words of Allah correctly. When we understand the words of Allah correctly, it all of a sudden flips your narrative in this world, in this life. You're like, what? But like, हमारे culture में ऐसे करते हैं. Well, deen में नहीं करते. So I couldn't really care less. because there's lots of culture all around the world in Muslim countries. If we all are continuing to do mixing the cultural practices with it, there's inevitably going to be oppression. So I do hold sisters accountable. I hold them accountable for their own decisions, their own healing, and their own growth. And if you're in an oppressive environment, it's your responsibility to begin to take action to get out of it.